So we're back again, end of week 4, cluing up with a couple of different changes to the routine. You'll notice I'm not doing pin squats. Change it over to banded squats for a couple of different reasons, exactly related to the topic of the video. But just quickly going over it, it's a banded squat variation, so the bands are actually hooked up to a couple of free weights on the floor. I've looped them around and wrapped it around the barbell, and it worked out to be around 45-ish pounds of tension. And the reason I came up with that number is because the weights that they're anchored to are 35-pound weights on each side, and if I bring the tension up a little bit higher than where the barbell naturally sits, it lifts up on one side. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just guesstimate that at around 40 to 50 pounds, so 45 pounds, we'll call it that. Anyways, the reason why I changed it up from pin squats to banded squats is because I really was not enjoying the pin squats. And I know for someone who's trying to increase performance, trying to optimize your enjoyment may not sound that productive, but if we think about it from another lens, it actually is. So for anyone who's done something for any length of time that they've hated, they've probably not enjoyed doing it. Well, by hating it, they obviously haven't enjoyed doing it, but they don't tend to stick with it, and they don't tend to push it as hard because they're just trying to get through it. And that was the feeling that I was getting on pin squats over the past few weeks. Now, do I feel like pin squats could have been helpful if I kept with it? Yes. Do I feel like that the pin squats helped even for the 3 weeks that I was doing them? Yes. But every session I went in to do them, I was dreading it. Every session that I went in and started doing it, warming up with the bar all the way up to the working sets, I was not enjoying it. I figured it was just time for a change. That on top of the past 3 weeks of performance stagnation and regression. There was no progression in that variation. Form-wise, I actually think it helped, but weights didn't change, and in fact the RPE kept getting harder. So just changed it up and decided to focus on the enjoyment factor while still choosing a variation that will accomplish a very similar thing, which is making the lift harder out of the hole, or out of the bottom of the squat. And I feel like banded squats are a good medium, and for anyone that knows my training, I've always enjoyed doing banded work, especially on the bench press, and I figured I'd give it a shot on squats as well. And I gotta be honest, everything felt great. Even deadlifts this session felt great. Everything was at a lower RPE than what I had planned for, so next week I'm gonna bump up the weights a little bit across the board. But as of this day, every single variation on each day has been feeling great. I know I had that first day of this week where things weren't feeling that good, but honestly, overall, things have been trending upwards, which is great. And that's kind of a message for anyone who's trying to get into lifting. Excuse me. Kind of piggybacking off of the last video I made where I was saying that, you need to really, do stuff that you enjoy to stick with it. And that's kind of the theme I was going with this workout, where I changed pin to banded. I knew I enjoyed banded stuff, and I knew I would be more willing to progress in it, and I knew I'd just put more effort into it, and I'd actually look forward to training. And sometimes that's more optimal than picking out the perfect training method according to exercise science. You can do the exact thing that research says will give you the best results, but if you don't enjoy it, you're probably not going to push it, and you're probably not going to stick with it. I'd much rather see someone choose something that's suboptimal from a objective standpoint, but they enjoy doing, so they'll stick with it for long periods, because usually those are the people that make the most gains. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Take care.